I'm trying to cut down on caffeine. I love my coffee. It's something I enjoy, and I love the warmth, and I just love it. So I sound like a true addict. Oh well, what can you do? All right, so I'm putting together a video for Brat Babes, and every year we come out with a full movie film of just us girls getting out there and sledding and just having fun. And this year it's more geared towards struggle. 2020 and 2021, these years have come up with a whole bunch of obstacles and struggles, not only for myself, but for many of us. And I'm finding it quite interesting that we all have different mindsets. And it's hard to shift a mindset, especially when it comes to sledding. It's so important to be in the right mindset when we are doing our sports, when we are going out in the backcountry and we're dealing with avalanches, and anything can happen so quickly. And if we're not in that mindset, then things start to feel a little bit uneasy, or you just feel off, and then you just don't end up enjoying your day. And more often than not, this can ruin it. This can ruin your season, like how it did actually for me. I'm not saying I had the worst season for 2021, but I had a really hard season mentally, and a lot was happening in the background. And I won't go into too much detail, but basically I was dealing with a lot of grief. And grief can show up in so many ways, and grief can be anything. It can be from, death of a loved one. It could be moving from a different town, from your comfort zone, shedding an old to growing anew. There's just so much different varieties of grief that can show up, and I feel like that can take a lot of mental energy, and we can become mentally exhausted from these challenges that we face every single day. So when it comes to our sports, we got to make sure that we are in the right mindset, and if we're not, that's okay. It's okay, because sledding, dirt biking, whatever it is that you do as a sport, they're always going to be there, right? So I think it's so important these days that we need to really implement self-care. Self-care is huge, and we got to check in with ourselves. We got to check in with our loved ones. We got to check in with our friends, our family, and make sure that we're here for us, because we matter more than sledding and dirt biking. And don't get me wrong, I love them both, but you as a person, me as a person, I matter the most, and I got to make sure that this is doing good, it's doing great, in order to take care of these two and also my family, right? I think it's just something that we need to focus more on these days, is self-care. Okay, can you guys relate? Can you guys feel that at all? So I know I veered off from the movie Brat Babes. So it's called Take Me Higher, and basically it's about us getting out there, having fun, but also facing these obstacles and challenges that we face every day, and trying to get out of the mindset of doubts, low confidence, all this, all those self-sabotage things, to like getting up here to a level where we feel higher. It's hard to explain. For me, myself, I went through a loss of a pet, and she meant the world to me, and that was something that I was dealing with, and I was trying to ride, but mentally I wasn't there. I wasn't there fully to be in the moments of sledding. And we all know, for those of you who snowmobile in the backcountry, you got to be on it. You got to make sure that you're in the right headspace. So that's kind of my riffraff about today, about struggles and what I'm working on. This is a quick video, and I just want to say that self-care is so much more important than sending it or feeling pressured to send it, feeling pressured to drop that cliff, to do that huge jump. I think self-care is a way to express ourselves even with sledding and dirt biking. I know self-care days, that's what I do, but we got to make sure that we're fully here in the present right now to be able to do these things. I hope that makes a lot of sense. It does to me anyway, and I just can't stress it enough. I talk about it in Branding a Brat Babe, which is my Facebook group. There's quite a few of us in there, and I coach women on branding themselves as an athlete or an entrepreneur. And I always make sure that, you know, if you don't feel good about something, just don't do it. Don't post it. Don't, like I said, don't be sending it. Don't be feeling pressured to be it all and do it all, because I know I want to be that. I want to do it all and be it all, but we got to make sure that we're in the right headspace, we're in the right mindset in order to make those steps further. And when we are in that mindset and we are feeling good, then yes, then like the energy is there, you're in full force, and you're like wanting to go hit those pillows on your sled or go to the enduro park on your dirt bike. You know, go for it. I want to make sure that everyone understands that it does take a lot of mental energy to be in that state of mind, right? I talk about this with my mom like almost every morning. It's like I don't wake up every morning feeling like rainbows and butterflies, you know, like I'm not always like in that best spirit. So it's something that I work on every single morning, and I have a ritual. I have things that I do. I wake up before the whole household wakes up. I wake up before the kids, the husband, and I do the steps. I do the things that I, you know, to make sure that I'm at a higher state rather than at a very low state. Because when we're at a low state, we just feel like a bag of poo. Let's just say that, okay? So mindset, self-care, self-care, self-care. I can't express that enough. I absolutely love scented candles. This is a rose citrus, and I just picked it up from a local shop here in Pemberton. Get that out of the way. And I was just talking about self-care, and I just want to be very clear that self-care looks different for everyone. It can be sledding, it could be dirt biking, it could be that day to get out of the house, it could be relaxing in a bathtub, it could be sipping on tea, or it could be sipping on coffee, taking a moment for you. It could be pedicures, it could be manicures, it could be facials, it can be getting your hair did, it can be doing your makeup, getting dressed every single morning. It can literally be reading a book, but making sure that you're taking the time for you. And that's something that I've been implementing for me every single day, is just finding a routine to implement self-care. So whether it's getting up early in the morning and journaling for 5 to 10 minutes, to getting a quick workout in before the kids and the husband wakes up, watering my plants, taking the time to sip on my coffee and be still in that moment. Those are things that help me every single day. And the days, the big days, are obviously sledding and dirt biking with good friends, with my husband, and it's just a matter of getting that day, getting the sitters, so that I can have that self-care day, because it's so important. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you're taking care of yourselves, and if you're not, then this is it. This is my message to you, to go out and do something for you, whatever it is that is a self-care day for you, and make sure that you're in alignment, you feel good about it, and you're in the right headspace to do that. All right. Thank you so much for joining in. And if you guys feel so inclined to shoot me a message or leave a comment on this video, you can do that below and we can catch up in the comments. So we will talk to you guys on the next video. Bye.